Who told you? Who told you? Who told you? Who told you? You what? God design.
Dun 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 dun. What a do, skateboard buddies? We live. Oh yeah, we got a special episode tonight with Ben White. We finna get right tonight with Big Ben White, the showstopper, IFBB Pro. What's going on, broski, man? Oh man.
Man, ain't nothing going on. This is just a new chance and everything else for me to sit there and advertise these dogs I got over here. And like I said, keeping them 100% like this is supposed to be. And you're not going to stop me. Even though my page was taken down, I had to start all over. It's only the new beginning. I mean, I'm going to go right back and do it all over again because you're not going to stop what's true.
They can't stop the truth, man. The truth
and I love it
shine through the dark, man. I love it, man. We gonna get into it, big bro. If y'all don't know what's going on, this the Boreable Show. We talk about we the big time dog lovers. We believe the Boreable is the best breed of all the dogs in the world. We've been crazy about the Boreable. We masters of the Boreable. We've been breeding them into them 17 years, going on our 18th year. This is Ben White from Country Mountain Masters joining me today. We're going to chop it up, talk dogs, talk a big dog talk. We're going to talk about his Country Mountain Masters. We're going to go into the natural lifestyle. If y'all don't know what he got going on, y'all need to check him out. He got it going on big on TikTok. What you just was saying, big brother, they knocked you off of TikTok. Tell them who you are.
I was almost 100,000 people in about 10 months. But the fact is, when you speak the truth, you speak the truth. I got 11 dogs behind me. I got over 2,000 pounds, 8 months to 10 and a half years old. My dog's been eating what nature told him to supposed to eat. That's it. When I sit there and explain to people how you reverse stuff by putting the stuff in your dog, out of your dog. So that's just it. If my dog can't go out there and get it in the woods, then they don't belong eating it. Put it that way.
Right, and they'll find a way, won't they, bro? They'll find a way. I mean, you get out there.
That's what they do. When a lot of people make money off of non-educated people. And if you're here, my page is Ben White Country Mountain Masters on YouTube, Ben White Country Mountain Masters on TikTok, and I'm just sitting there explaining to you. Boers, he has a passion for it. He loves his dogs. I love my Feeler English Master Pressers. And they're like, oh, whoa, that's a lot of names right there. Yeah, I got Presser, Feeler, English Masters. And they all come together to make my Country Mountain Masters.
I love it, big bro.
So for anybody out there say, that's a mutt. My dog fought a bear. My dog fought a bear the correct way. They didn't all rush in there. They waited for Copper, which is the head of the pack, and he did their job.
And they get active. They They really do what they supposed to do. And you haven't trained them no kind of way.
You don't have to
done nothing special.
You don't train nothing that initially is built into your animal. Once again, I ask everybody, who told you this stuff? Who told you this? And that's all I want to know is who told you. Because who told you? All you gotta do is go back and question them. Just ask yourself this: Ben feeds his dog bear, elk, deer carcasses. His dogs eat all the bones and everything else. His dogs has never been to the vet in 10 and a half years. His dogs never took a bath in 10 and a half years. He done had seven generations of puppies. 50-some puppies out there. I got 6 puppies left from this litter. 5 are already at their forever home. My biggest dog is 265 pounds, 3.5 feet tall when he sits down, and is 7 feet long from nose to tail. You can come up here to my place, look at my dogs, take pictures, and go back home and say, look, I seen a big dog and I seen a real one. Because that's what you see.
Yeah.
Come here, Ivy.
Hey, and if y'all don't know, y'all got to see this for yourself. Go check out Big Ben White on his YouTube channel. They done knocked him off of TikTok, but listen, he does it for real. His dogs is a pack. All right, he got his dogs
8 months old right here. Come here, girl. Up here. Come here, girl. Up here.
Look at all of them right now. Everybody paying attention. Now, even that one that's sleeping right there, he paying attention too. Yeah, don't think that he's sleeping. If he just know that there ain't nothing too much going on. But look at these dogs though.
8 months old. 8 months old.
Man, them dogs look a lot like a Bourbeau, to be honest, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. 8 months old.
Yeah.
I ain't got a lot. And my dogs, they ain't sleeping. What's that?
Not at all. Look at it. I know that's right. That's what I'll talk about, big bro. That's what I like to see. That's how it's supposed to be. Right? Everybody moving as a unit.
265 pounds right here. Thanos, come here, buddy.
Yeah, he wasn't asleep. He wasn't asleep. I told her, I said that, man. I just said it. He wasn't asleep. That's who I was talking about. He just know
this Thanos right here. Come here, buddy.
He know when it's time to go. So this is what today we're gonna be talking about the natural way, natural, the organic. Because remember, we're trying to bring it back. We're trying to enhance your relationship. We want here. What we do here is to empower you, to give you information, tools that you can use, news, facts, truth, information that is going to enhance your relationship with your dog, enhance your life, give you a better quality of life. Make things easier for you, because it can all be so simple. If you often you've been taught, you've been confused, you've been told lies and misinformation, and you're just doing with something else that somebody else did before you, and it was the wrong way. But this is the way. You got truth and practice and proof. You can see the proof in the results of the dogs. That's what I would like to talk about, big brother, dogs. And I think the natural way, organic, that's what we need to get back used to. We got so far away from it. We into our phones, we into this social media, we into everything else that's not the way that it's supposed to be, right? Like you said, the dog's supposed to hunt. You know what I'm saying? When they get to so hungry, they're supposed to go out there and find them something to eat. If they, hey, look, we get in the pack and we get to moving around and we get what we need to find, right? Roots and stuff. They know what they can eat and what they can and cannot eat. Get into a little bit for our audience. You know, they may not be familiar with your feeding programs and your the way that you do your understanding. Talk a little bit about the way that you feed your dogs, because you have said some amazing stuff. You know, you fast them often. They go weeks at a time. Get into it.
When this is basically how I sit there and do it. I sit there and do it nature's way. The reason for me getting into the breeding of dogs is I was a professional bodybuilder, powerlifter. I was good at what I did. I always been good at what I did. When I train my clients, not only do I train my clients mentally, I train them not to be on medication, because I don't believe in medication. I believe that your body can heal itself up. That's something that you have to believe, because you've been taught that somebody else needs to take care of you, but you can take care of yourself. So having that being said, I'll give you a little rundown. I ain't ashamed of the stuff that I did. About 25 years ago, when I was bodybuilding and everything else, I had to go to the hospital. I got real sick. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, irregular heartbeat, liver messing up, on anti-depressants, oxys, hydros. I don't know if you got to bleep that out. Steroids, cocaine, alcohol. I was fucking my body up, but I looked real, real good. And it wasn't me. I changed what I was eating. I stopped taking my medication. I went back. You're not on no more stuff. I realized it was the food. My body's living. My body is not dead. And I was treating it like a graveyard. And then once I started treating my body like a garden, my body started growing. That 311 pound or 285 pound person, its best version is 215, maybe 200. I don't know, but it's the body composition. It has nothing about gaining weight, taking weight, and doing that. It's your body composition. You becoming your best person. I have smoke in front of the mirror, just like everybody else. Now I see myself as my authentic self. I don't give a damn who don't like what I'm saying. What I'm about to say is the truth. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's totally up to you. Now let's get to my dogs. I got Fiona. She is a feeler. She is a presser feeler master. She made it with Leo. Leo is an old English master. Pressers and feelers are some of the most baddest dogs out there on this planet, as far as going to do what they need to do. English master is the biggest. Most dogs that you got out there now do have English master in it, or some kind of master in it. When I sat there and put them dogs together, I came up with my Fila English Mastiff. Before then, I got Fiona. She was 6 months old. I paid $4,000 for her. She was eating commercial food. As a bodybuilder and already having the issues, I know commercial food, that shit's garbage. So I didn't feed it to her. I transitioned over. How did I transition over? I didn't know what I was doing. I just gave her ass whatever I was eating left over from the damn table and everything else until I knew exactly what it was. And it was the one day I was watching Animal Planet or National Geographic, and they probably should have took it off. This lion just jumped on this damn giraffe ass and just started eating it.
Right.
I was like,
getting right into the guts.
I was like, two things clicked in my head. I said, okay, I want them domesticated. I said, I want them undomesticated, but not that damn undomesticated. So I was like, okay. I was like, the way he jumped on that, I was like, because it's something about it, and it dawned on me, it's blood. I said, it's the powers in the blood.
Right.
And the blood has minerals and vitamins in it. I said, that's the difference between that and that shit on the shelf. It's dead, just like the McDonald's and the ice cream and the cereal and the alcohol, all that stuff. It's draining my body.
Right. Even like
so I applied that to Fiona. I waited before Fiona because I wanted to see her temperament and everything. Look, Thanos, move. I wanted to see her temperament and everything else. So I fed her raw 100%, just chicken and bison, buffalo, all just big mixture. Big mixture of all the stuff like you see people place with string beans and all this other stuff on it. And that's how I fed her for a couple of years. I kept learning and more and more and more. Then I realized that dogs only eat one thing. They don't have a variety of choices. They eat one single thing. They eat a giraffe. They eat a giraffe. I don't see no other lioness going out there picking shit out the garden and bringing it to it. Like, hold up, before you eat the giraffe, we're going to have some cornbread and we're going to have some icicles over here. I don't see that. I just see them eating one single thing. And that's what I started applying to my dogs.
Okay. Okay. So what is that one single thing that you feed?
When I the one single thing is, if they eat deer, they eat deer. If they eat cow, they eat cow. If they eat beef, they eat beef. If they eat monkey, they eat monkey. They don't eat monkey and cow together. You don't see that. If they eat a rabbit, they eat a rabbit.
Right.
So if you sit there and you mixing the animals up, you're acting like your dog is playing trick or treat out there. We're gonna just get a little bit of this and get a little bit of this and get a little bit of this and throw a little bit of that in there, and that's gonna get a dog everything it needs. When everything it needs is in that one animal, just like everything we need, it goes back and forth. It's metaphorically speaking. Well, the same thing we need, everything we need is in the skin and the meat and the core of the fruits. That's what we need. But we don't eat none of that stuff, and our animals don't eat none of that stuff, and both sick. Why is both sick? Because your body's getting no energy. Living animals, living person, no energy, sleeping, tired, depressed, this, that, and next, and we can go down the line.
Right. Wow.
My dogs here, when they're born and everything else, they are eating raw food at 2.5 weeks old. I've been trying to get them to eat at 1 week. But at 2.5 weeks old, my dogs are eating 100% raw food. They are nursing with milk and blood from their mother to keep her chest down and tight, and they're eating 4 times a day. The mother eats 4 times a day. That's a lot. No, she got puppies to feed. She had 11 puppies.
Right. Feed her as much as she wants. So let's talk a little bit about how you, in between the feedings, how the dogs, you have periods of fasting, periods where they don't eat at all. How long?
Oh, we're gonna skip all the way up past the puppies and everything else, and then we're gonna go straight into the feeding for the adult dogs and 8-month-old dogs. So from 8 months up, I began to transition my dogs to 7 months actually, but at 8 months and up, I only feed my dogs once a week. The reason for feeding my dogs once a week, I feed them between 160 to 180 pounds of food. The bones and everything else that's in their body has the time to process through their bodies. And as you can see, evidently I know what I'm talking about because they're all here.
Right. And they shining and they looking good.
Supposed to be in the wild, just like people. Again, it goes hand in hand. We don't supposed to be eating all the time.
No.
Because we supposed to be sitting there having our cells replenish and
Is
rehydrated instead of having our cells dehydrated. And
right.
when your
I was
cells
looking
are
at myself in the
dehydrated,
mirror.
you're going to
Look,
constantly keep eating. When your cells are full, you can go a day, 2 days without even noticing it.
look. I just went 2 days without eating. 2 days straight. My last 2 days of work, I didn't eat nothing until like way late in the day, late like 12 o'clock at night. And I had one meal, something small, something light, a couple of mangoes. And then I was looking at myself like, wow, I feel replenished. I feel much better. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, why you? My uncle was telling me like, yeah, okay, but yeah, I do. I feel stronger. I feel like a new person. I feel
But
replenished.
you are gonna feel that way because now you're working with your different chakras in your body, and you're seeing that we're in the matrix. And when I sit there and say the matrix is my dogs don't have baths, my dogs don't go to the vet, my dogs don't get shots. Why are they healthy?
Right.
Why are they looking like this? Why? According to mainstream media, you're supposed to be doing all this stuff. It's built to make you worry, stress out, do this, that, and the next, and everything else. I'm showing you at 8 months old. Why would I give my dog a shot? At
How
10
much
and a half
how
years
much of
old.
that do you think has to do with the fasting though? The in between the meals.
It's all of because it's just like your body. I got 47 years of toxins in my body. So what I'm doing now is stringing all of it out. And the toxins are in the fat cells of your body because when you
Right.
hunt and you shoot a deer and you open it up, there's no yellow in that deer. If it's yellow in the deer is sick.
Mm.
When you
Oh,
open people
listen.
up, that yellow, they're sick because the fat has capsulated all of the germs.
Let me share something real quick because why you said that, you got to make a great point. I open up the cows, like I get fresh cows, and sometimes, they're corn-fed cows that's being fed silage, which is a combination of corn, straw, like that, and that's been fermented, and it causes this mucus-like buildup. It's horrible. You leave those behind when you're harvesting these bellies, but they often have, you can see them before you open it up because they've got this big yellow fat around there that the other ones, the grass fed, don't have. The grass fed fat is white. It was just interesting to know. It's curious that you had said that.
No, because I told you it goes hand in hand. I know, I definitely know what I'm talking about when your body capsulizing the fats and poisons and everything else. That's why when you sit there and you do diets, you don't work because your body burns the muscle. Now you got all this loose chemicals that's floating around in your body, and that's why it looks like. That's why you look like the Michigan man.
Okay, say that one more time. I missed it. You said
I said when you sit there and you eat all this junk and you get 300-400 pounds, that's why you don't have a shape no more. You look like the Michigan man because your muscle is all gone because it needs energy to break this stuff down, and your body has just got fat cells that just got all this pollution in it.
right, exactly.
Can y'all move out my way? Let me let these dogs out.
I
Over there.
love it. Soon as he stepped, look at how he moved. Look at the dogs though. Watch the dogs. They all move as a unit. This is how the way that it's supposed to go. Look at this. Excellent.
Look, be quiet out there.
Now, how did you choose? What made you take those through and then let those remain?
What happened now?
You took some out and left some behind.
Oh no, I ain't leaving none behind. They don't want to go outside.
Okay. Right.
Oh no, they got a choice. They don't want to go outside. They ain't got to use the bathroom.
Right.
I told you if I could put a thumb on their hand, they can open the door by themselves. The ones who want outside, they want to go out there and eat the rest of the deer leg, or go use the bathroom or whatever. But the other ones that's in here, they good.
Right. So talk about a little bit about metabolism. How does that affect? Your dogs are able to maintain their weight? They still look good. Their coat is shining. They don't look like they starving, and you feeding them ever so often. Is that because their metabolism isn't
No,
required?
because that's how nature intended. I'm only doing what that's told people. You can call me crazy, being white crazy with them dogs, this and that, or being white that lost his mind. Nature says that animals only supposed to eat when they catch something. They
Right.
don't supposed to be eating every single day or every other day, just like people. We are hunter-gatherers, still hunter-gatherers. Whether you want to look like we in the Stone Age or now, we still hunter-gatherers because we pick up a shopping cart, we go in there, hunt for food, we put it in there, we pay for it as a hunter-gatherer. You
Right.
go back
Right.
home, you mix all that shit together, and you get 400-500 pounds instead of going where you're supposed to be going to eat the food and picking it.
Yeah, that's another thing. Gathering, working for your ration. That's an important part of managing dogs, where the dog has to follow through a series of events in order to earn their food ration. They
Right,
don't just get to eat. They got to cover some distance. They got to go through some things in order to eat. You know what I'm saying? And
right,
that's
and
when
that,
they get to moving and moving around. They get energized because they're hungry,
right,
right? It brings out that beast in them. It brings
right.
that dog out in them,
It
right?
brings it out. It brings it out, and it brings a social hierarchy to the pack because the puppies want to play around and everything else. As you can see, I got Gamora, nope, Fiona, Simba, Thanos. Copper's the only one outside. So I got all the adult dogs in here. The only
Right.
dogs that are in here are the puppies. So now this is training them because see the adult dogs got to come back in the house. Them damn puppies want to keep running and playing and out there and shit. And so then I have to call them back in. Like now, inside the house. Anybody can hear my voice? Inside the house.
Yeah. And see, listen, y'all really got to check out Ben White's channel because he manages his dogs through his voice, and he talked to them like they babies. He talked to them with authority,
Inside the
and
house.
they listen. Look at them coming in like babies. Coming in
Yeah,
like
all
babies.
the
They hear
puppies
them
go like that.
calling, they coming, they on their way. And I know the feeling because this is the relationship that I covet.
Look,
This is
give me
what I
that deer
want.
bone. This one went in here and got a deer bone. See that? Told you. Let me get that deer bone for her.
You got a bone.
Give it here. Give it here.
Why you take it from him?
Chuck, she eat this outside.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They eat the hooves off it too. See, no hooves.
Oh man, yeah, for sure. My dogs eat it all too, bruh.
Fur too.
Oh, yeah, they eat it all. The fur, everything. The fur, everything. The hungrier they are, the better.
Get in here.
The less likely you're gonna get even a hoof back. Thank you, Auntie Jan. Much love. I appreciate you, y'all. She's appreciate you on the fire chat. That's so sweet.
No, but just like we were saying earlier, my job is to sit there and educate people on how to keep your dogs from getting sick. If I didn't go to the vet in 10 and a half years, and none of my puppies in the last 7 years have ever had to go to the vet, but people take them anywhere because you know how certain people are, they still living. 7 years ago, I started with Copper and Simba, and all of his siblings are still living now.
And look at them. Look at the physique on them, though. Look at the muscle tone, y'all.
That's what I sit there and explain to people.
Right.
That's what I sit there and tell people. These are my Fila English Masters. These are my puppies right here.
Okay. They very much favor the Borble. They favor the Borble so much. I feel like all the Mastiffs, all this, just really one breed. It's more to describe a type and a region of where the dog is coming from, right? Then it is. So the same dogs, they were dispersed all over the world through the Roman times where they had these dogs of war, right? They dispersed them all over the world. And then what they did was certain people collected them. You had the dog people that collected them and they bred them, but they steal the same dog from one area to the next. Look at, you can't tell me that dog don't favor a Borble. Look at the colors and based off of the features and the design of the dog.
Fila's got 4 or 5 dogs in them. They got the Caucasian Shepherd.
Right.
They got the Hound Dog. They got the Bulldog. They got another Mastiff, and then they got the English.
So what's your thoughts on that? Does that make a dog better or worse?
Look at him. That's all I gotta say. Look, I smile my ass off, man. I mean, am I smiling on here? Because I keep fucking with this camera. I'm smiling. I'm smiling my ass off. I
Yeah.
cannot. I cannot complain. I cannot complain at all, dude. I did my job. I mean, this is up here. Come here. Come here,
Yeah.
Rose. Up here. Come here. Good
Right.
girl. I
And
did
it's
my
a
job,
true.
man.
Listen. Look
I
at the
did my job.
harmony
But I
though.
tell people she has never been to the vet. She's 8 months old. I have 5 of my dogs at their forever homes. I got 2 more that I will let go, but the other ones I want to keep. But that's what I'm sitting there talking about. This is what I want people to have. No vet bills. Just enjoy your animal. Why you can't just enjoy your animal without going to take it somewhere? That's what I'm doing. And I teach people that. Healthy
Look,
animals. No
boy
bath in
buddies,
eight months.
big dog lovers, boy
8 months.
buddies.
No
Look at
bath. I
look at
can't.
the and look at the harmony though. Look at the way that the dogs are all just lounging around. This is true socialization. They just sit together. Look at the dogs though. They not all nuzzling and doing a whole bunch of physical
And they're talking
contact with
about
each other.
every 7 days. Every 7 days.
Yeah. Look at the physique. Look at the body. Look at the muscles. Look, that's shoulders right there.
Right.
Shoulder
Move.
development.
Down.
Healthy, strong dog.
Down.
Right. And even with the physical contact, notice that he's not all happy, like whoo, and over. He's still calm and a mild tone, right? And that's how dog is commanded respect. It commands respect through the entire flock, through the pack.
Because you I mean, don't get me wrong, you do gotta raise your voice, and I sit there and cuss at them and they because they just do the shit intentionally because they're hard headed.
Right.
They are hard headed. Everybody want to do everything, but let me bring the food out. Everybody sit down, roll over, play dead. They do every damn thing I wanted to do. But if I ain't got that food out there, come on, y'all, let's go over here. Copper sit. Oh, Thanos sit. Lily, come back over here. Apollo, where you going? But if I bring that food out there, sit, stay, don't move. They play dead. They'll literally play dead. One to look at the other one, go pop out. The other one lay down. I mean, that's how good they'll play. Like right now, look at them.
So Ben, tell me, how much of that is training and how much of that is leadership?
It's both of them.
Okay.
Because you're training and learning yourself too. These dogs are hard-headed just like I'm hard-headed. And I realized that, okay, even with the TikTok incident, I'm like, the reason they did that is because I wouldn't stop going at it. This, that, I kept saying it and saying I should have just left it alone. This, that, I should have reformed it. I was hard-headed. So it shows me a part of me that I need to be working on as long as the dogs need to be working on too. So this time around, I'm just going to sit there and stick to my guns. I don't care what people say.
What happened?
I got proof right here. This is the proof. You can tell me whatever you want. This is proof.
When you say the TikTok incident, and you got to my people, we don't know yet.
What
happened?
Basically, I was up to almost 100,000 people, and I basically tell people, I believe in 100% the natural way. I don't believe in being on medication. So when my clients come to me and I help them, they get off of medication. And all my clients get off their medication. I don't care what kind of medication or basically what kind of illness it is. They basically get cleared up. And that big C word did that too. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah. Last time somebody found a cure for it, they came up missing. But when I sit there and tell people that, they think they need medicine. You don't need no medicine in a dead body because you only been feeding yourself dead food. You got to retrain your body.
You gotta retrain your body to eat less. To eat less.
And eat the right thing: minerals, vitamins, and electrolytes.
Right. Yeah,
I'm going off. Come from plants and fruits.
Okay, so let me just before we get too far, before we get too off, what you think about the sea moss?
I think sea moss is excellent, but I think my Celtic salt, Baja Gold salt, will run circles around it.
Oh, wait! Now you said something that'll run circles around sea moss is bad stuff. That's some super duper bad. That's some super powerful good stuff. I mean, not bad in a good way, but I mean good in the bad, not bad.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. The sea moss versus sea salt, Celtic salt, Baja Gold is no comparison.
I gotta get some then. I need it. Well, listen, let's get back into the dogs because I feel like I really want people to take home some of the ways and some of the ethics, some of the methods that you got going on, because I feel like it's gonna be super duper powerful, impactful if they can do this, get this understood, the way that you move, the way that you talk, and how you're doing commanding 11 dogs, man. So how do you do it?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're in here now. They're all 11 dogs are in here. I don't got them in crates or cages. No, they are in their apartment. And do you hear anything?
Harmony. You got multiple men.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. I'm behind what I say. I believe in energy. I believe in vibration. I believe in getting rooted back to the earth. I believe that I'm energy.
Right.
And I believe bad people with bad energy, not bad people, they just got low vibration energy, and that's why you consider them bad. I mean, other than that, it's me. If I sit there and just want the dog to go crazy, they can go crazy. If I don't want them to go crazy, they ain't gonna go crazy. It's me.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. right. Hey, listen, man, because the same thing happened to me this afternoon. I was riding with my dogs. I got them in the back of the truck, me and two of them, and I got a pair. And I see my auntie. I'm riding down the street. I see my aunt, and I ain't seen her, and I ain't talked to her in a minute. So I stopped and pulled over and turned around to check on her. She was walking. I ain't need to see if she wanted to ride or whatever. And I was talking to her. I was getting on her. I said, "You ain't told me. You ain't talked to me." And she ain't know the dog was in the back, and she started hollering back. And then guess what? The dog popped up. He seen me hollering back. He said, "Hold on, what's going on?" He had to let my auntie know she back there because she ain't gonna stand for her hollering at me like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it just, the dogs pick up on our energy. They pick up on our vibrations. And when you keep it cool, they gonna be cool. And that's why they tell you, when you pull up on a dog that you don't know, don't be scared. Just go ahead and be yourself. If you ain't got bad intentions, you're gonna be all right. The dog's gonna pick up.
But you can say that in some cases, because if you got a negligent owner, I don't give a damn what dog you come on to, it's going to be trained to do some craziness because that's the owner.
The owner. Exactly.
It's the owner, because you can't sit there and do it to all the dogs. When my clients came yesterday and they drove up 2 or 3 hours to come see me for a consultation, my dogs didn't run up on them this time like they normally do, because I told them not to. I said, this time we're going to train. I did the video. I said, y'all going to sit there this time. Y'all gonna be running and jumping up on nobody. Everybody gonna start getting trained, and that's what it is.
Right.
They're getting initiated into the pack. I was realizing that people want me to train the dogs like so they can sit there. They're already trained to go in and out the house, use the bathroom. They train this and that. You want me to train the dog the way I train it, and you're not gonna be able to keep it up because you're not as disciplined as I am.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you gotta find your people, man. You gotta find the ones that's willing to pick up and carry on. It's almost like the same this program, right? It's basically kind of like the lifestyle. Your dog is designed basically to live in a certain lifestyle and environment that you'd have already created. And the same thing goes from where you pick your dog. Now, pay attention, boy, buddies and big dog lovers. Pay attention, because this is a key. Now, your dog come out of environment needs to be consistent. So you take the dog from the place that it comes from, and then you put it into the same position that it's coming from, it's going to be good. But if you try to switch it up and make a situation different, and because now you got to assimilate the dog, it's a problem, right? Yeah. So your dog is designed for, to be living. They can't live in no crate, no 5x10, no crate.
No, I don't care 5x10 crate, 5x10 cage, none of that stuff. But like that's what I'm saying. That's what I got in trouble for on TikTok, because they sell this shit to crazy people. They sell this shit to crazy people.
You say that
you're supposed to take an animal that's damn near bigger than you and put him in some shit that will give you claustrophobic.
Come on, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. I know.
Let me put a leash on you and just train you to bite stuff, and the only thing you give me to eat is cereal.
Right. Put a leash on your neck, and then I'm gonna come up and strike you fake like I'm about to hit you with a stick or something. Come on, man.
And the only reason you're doing that is, you're teaching the dog, yeah, but What if it's a child leg? What if it's somebody else's leg that they happen to be over there? What your dog gonna do? I mean, that's what people don't get. You're training your dog to do something that they instinctively already know how to do off of energy and vibration, but people don't function off of energy and vibration. They function off of Red Bulls.
Ooh. Hey, listen, you got to do it. And you know what? You'll find yourself when you go through a fast like this stage that I just came through, right? Fasting for 3 days. What happens is you just decide what do you want to give your energy to and what you do and what you don't. And you kind of stay on task, you stay focused because you just don't have the strength. You've really find a value for your energy. And I think that it's so important to recognize that even with the dogs, you know, my body is going through a stage of healing. My body is going through a stage of cleansing, right? And what happens when I'm going through that, my body is taking all of its strength and energy to dedicate to the healthy cells. It's feeding and it's transitioning all of the toxins into energy, the positive, taking the negative to the pot to the from the negative into a positive, right? Ridding my body of all these toxins. The same thing is happening, and you did. Your energy is so important, and the way that you use it with your dog, it matters. The dog can add energy to you. It can give you positive energy, and people need to recognize this is the benefit of having a dog. And when you're paying $5,000-$6,000 for a dog, this is why. When you get it from a breeder that's hands-on, that's dedicated and devoted, that put the time in living with their dogs, you can see the harmony. It's the way that it's supposed to be. When he moves, the dogs move. It's a unit. He's the leader. This is what you can expect to transition. When you picking up a dog from the facility, from the factory, from the livestock type style setup operations, what you're going to get is psychotic type behavior, irrational, unstable environment, dogs that's been used to high stress environment. It is not good for a big dog. It's not logical. It don't make no sense at all. Right. And that's what we want to get back to the natural way. If you want to have great success, because I done seen it already. Mass setups with the Amish, mass setups with people with these farms and these factories. Right. And it doesn't do the dogs any good. It's not natural. And then you think because they had it and then you went over there and bought it, it's the way that it's supposed to be. But you got it all wrong because you setting yourself up for failure. It did barely work for them and they got lucky. You know, oftentimes it's going to be exceptions to the rule, but in general, it didn't work for them. And you see very few of them compared to the amount of people that had the dogs that was picking up the dogs at that time. A lot of them fell off and didn't make it through, right? Because these dogs is not styled, it's not ideal to set them up in this livestock-like type setups where they factories or facilities, however you want to slice it, whatever you want to call it, with twist, wordplay, however you want to do a puppy factory style setup. And then what you're going to get is unstable, irrational dog. I'm talking about the situation where it's like the pound. When you pull up, it's a bunch of dogs barking and jumping at the thing, biting on the cage, biting on the steel bars, trying to escape. Come on, man. Come on, think about it, y'all.
Right.
Let's be logical here. Let's be logical.
Right, but you're talking to people, like I said before. When I sit there and I try to explain to people, you can't explain to people what they think that they need because of whatever somebody told them. They don't understand that it's all about energy and vibration and mindset. So regardless of the fact that if I train the dog tip for you and you give it the commands and everything else, you yourself is still erratic because you're not going to be working with a full deck. You don't eat correctly. You're sitting there basically got the dog to show off because you live in a community. You live in your house is next door to a neighbor's house. What are you protecting? I'm adjacent to 200-300 acres of land. I got 11 masters. What the hell you got 3 damn dogs for? What's in that house that is that much value? I don't get it. I don't get it for your protection.
How you gonna protect it and they got it in the cage?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Your protection is downstairs in the basement or locked up in a cage. It's not roaming the house all freely and everything else. So how is it gonna get out the cage? Does it got a key? Is it a magic lock? Is it hooked up to Alexa? I mean, how they gonna get how the hell they gonna get out the cage?
They ain't that think it through. Come on now. Yeah, let's be logical here. It ain't gonna happen. It can't protect nothing. It can't protect anything at all. And you got it trained up like a maniac. You get take the dog when you do take the dog out this for 15, 20 minutes here and near an hour, right? At the best, that's not the way that it's supposed to be. But you
That's
got to do you got to do
that,
the
but that's what separates. That's what separates my dogs from other people's dogs and the size of my dogs. My dog's been running acres and acres of land ever since they could walk.
okay,
So they've been already growing up outside, uphill, downhill, in ponds, swimming, climbing. I mean, doing basically whatever they wanted to do. Because that's a part of growth. Dig a hole. Try. I mean, they being an animal like they're supposed to, not being in a window, not being in the dark for a certain amount of time, outside for about 15 hours. Sometimes the motherfuckers be outside for 24 hours.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. You
And they were
know?
like, "What do you mean? The door open right now. They're in here. They're all laying down."
Yeah.
My job is to be able to leave this door open all night long, like I was before these puppies got here, and the dogs come back in the house. As you can see earlier, the dogs did come back in the house. The adult dogs, I had to call for the puppies because they don't realize that at night. I don't know. No, let me take that back. I don't realize at night that um, the dogs like being outside at night. The dogs do not like being in the house during the nighttime. They like being outside because dogs are nocturnal. Carnivores are nocturnal. For
Right.
my entertainment purposes, I have the dog up during the daytime. I feed the dog during the daytime, but they supposed to eat at night. That's when dogs eat at night. They put them on their biological clock, just like we supposed to eat between the hours of 12 and 6. Dogs supposed to eat at night.
And then think about it too. If you get into history, if you think it from a historical standpoint, right? That's when the dogs would be active on patrol or active in hunt. You know what I mean? At night. So that's what I mean. I feel like I have a great time with my dogs. You see me out at night often when every time I like to go out at times when nobody is asleep. I mean, when everybody is asleep and I got a chance to move around freely and there's less people going to stop and ask me what I'm doing because I'm moving through the neighborhood with dogs off leash, 3, 4 of them at a time sometimes. Right. And because I feel like it's very important to migrate. Okay. So
Right.
that's something, let's give it to make a point. I want to make a big point right here that this if you don't have a bunch of acres, right, and you're going to have a dog like that with the type of dogs that we all love, big dog, strong dog, powerful dog with some muscles, and you talk about interacting with the environment, how important that is. You got to move them around. The dog has to migrate. You have to recreate this natural in dog canine wolf instinct that they have to cover a territory. They have to interact with the environment. It fulfills so many different psychological needs since you stimulating all of the dog's senses. So you're giving a dog a chance to activate all of his systems in like his nose, eyes, ears, his mouth, a chance to taste. You're getting a chance to activate the nervous system, the circulatory system. He's breathing, he's activated. And because of that, you're going to have a much more stable companion. So even if you don't have a bunch of acres, it's your job, it's your duty to every so often to cover some distance with your dog. And you're going to want to do it at some consistent basis if you want to have the best relationship with your dog, depending on what kind of breed, no matter what. It don't, and then that's independent. It go across. That's a universal dog principle.
That's the funny thing because I walked when I lived in town. I had 5 dogs in a 1,800 square foot house, and I used to walk them 4 miles every day.
Yeah,
5 dogs,
5 dogs.
1,800 square foot house, and the backyard could have been. The backyard was probably about 1,200 square feet. It wasn't that big, and I did it. I raised 4 litters in that house. It's manageable. But just like you said, you got to go exercise the dog. You got to take the dog out. You got to do this, that, and next. But if you don't sit there and do what you're supposed to, which most people don't because they get a manual with their dog. This is what the dog need to do. Just walk in the house, feed it, eat it, and then take it to the dog park. That's it.
Yeah, let it out in the back.
That's it. They don't understand nothing about it because when you sit there and say where the dogs come from, just like where people come from, nobody knows where the dogs came from. The dogs are descendant of wolves. Okay, where the hell did dogs come from? Where did wolves come from? Who is the hybrid of the mastiff? Where did the mastiff come from? We all, the only thing you Google is mastiff, is this right here and everything else. But where did that dog come from? What originated? What made the mastiff? It stops. Just like with people. We don't know where we came from. All we know is we energy. And some people think we souls and spirits and all this other crazy crap. But you don't know. And that's what I like doing, talking about. What we don't know, what we think we know. Where the fuck did the dogs come from? Where did people come from? Explain to me where a person came from.
Educated guess.
Right, but it's what some book told you. What somebody else, what somebody else version or something is, because that's all it is, their version of history. So where did the dogs really originate from and where did they come from? We know the kings and queens had mastiffs, but where are they descendants from? Where did they come from before they was up there and everything? Where who made them? What two dogs? Because you had to take two dogs to make that dog.
All right, this is some good questions.
And that's what I'm saying, it make you think and everything else. People keep on talking about people this, that, and the next and everything. Where did people come from? Nobody has no idea. Everybody fucking guessing.
Right. It is.
You go through a trimester, 10 months inside your mother. You're born 0 years. How? I'm just 10 months inside of her. Now I come out and I'm 0 age, now 1 after 12 more months. That's 22 months unaccountable for. Which actually makes me 2 years older.
Well, I like to look at the evidence and the truth is in the proof is in the truth. The truth is the proof. The proof is the results of what you see before your very eyes, right? And my eyes, I trust what my eyes see and what they say. Well, not what somebody say, because I'm gonna tell you something. They tell you anything, and all they're doing is repeating what somebody else said a lot of times. So you never know what's what. You never know. Everybody guessing. That's why I like to look at the testing. I feel like, for real, when it comes down to these dogs, let's look and see what they actually do. Let's measure based on that.
Right.
You know, you can't invalidate the success of what is real right before in front of your eyes. You see what Ben White is doing those dogs right there. Talk a little bit about, yeah.
Y'all sleep.
What they still up when you ready, they ready to make a move. They ready to make a move. So how much of that is a regular thing for you, your purpose for? What's your routine, Ben?
My reason for doing it is because I told you, if I'm outside cleaning, doing this, that, or we got animals in the backyard, if I call them, that's their whole thing. I don't want them locked up. They can't get out. The doors are open. They're in the house and everything else. Something happened, something pop off. My dog's coming. But if I can handle it myself, I don't need to say shit. They're there for just in case. Just in case.
So what's your exercise routine with all of them? How do you keep them so fit?
About 20, 40 miles a day, and feeding them, like I said, every 7 days, sometimes every 14 days, sometimes every 28 days. I mean, when I sit there and say 14 days, I got 6 females now and 5 males. The females are going to heat. When they go into heat, the males don't eat. So if they're going to heat back to back to back, they're going to lose a lot of weight, but they ain't going to eat. Because they only want to have sex. That's why I know dogs can go a long time without eating. because I already did it because I've been trying to feed them. They won't eat. They'll regurgitate and throw up because the only thing they want to do is have sex. So I was like, okay, they can't go a week without eating. They done went 28 days without eating, and I've been trying to force them to eat.
See, and and look at the dogs though. So during those 28 days, they still drink water though.
They just drink water. That's it. They don't eat no food because they're trying to eat, but they'll be so into the zone that they'll throw it up because they'll start panting and everything else because they want to have sex.
Yeah, I know exactly what you talk about. It's like he gets himself fit for breeding.
Yeah,
you know, they don't want to have all that on their stomach. They want to get to they want to. He don't even, he knows a real true stud dog. No, he ain't interested. He's in pursuit, hot pursuit, making multiple attempts, mounting, day and night, night and day. I love a real stud dog like that. I love a real stud
all
dog
mine
like
do that. They don't eat. They lose about 100 pounds. 100 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, how long does it take for him to pick that weight back up?
Shit, like 3 months.
Yeah, I got a dog now. I'm putting some weight on him now. It's taking some time. I thought it was going to take sooner, but he seems to have.
You got to remember, it ain't sooner because your body has to get adapted to it and everything else. And,
right.
And you can't sit there and just say, okay, I'm going to feed my dog this. And how? Them dogs eat till they get full, and now they're eating for another 7 days. So how much, if they're only eating 15 pounds of food, how high you want your dog 20 pounds heavier? Hey, that 15 pounds of food might be 1 pound.
Right.
And that's 1 week. So you got 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I mean, there you go. 1 week each week, you put on 1 pound, 2 pounds, a quality muscle.
Right. Quality weight.
You can go the opposite way and put a bunch of fucking yellow muscle in them. But you want your dog like this right here? No. They got to eat one thing. And that's what they eat. They eat the stuff that they catch in Mother Nature. If Mother Nature didn't make it, man nature ain't taking it.
That's 100 right there. I
Mother
respect
Nature
that.
didn't make it, man shit I'm not taking.
I respect it because
man stuff is not making no judgment. I see people may ask me questions. Why your dog? Well, my dog itch. I don't know what to do with it, but I had to look up remedies. Coconut cold press. You can use that. That's a Band-Aid. Just like you can sit there and take that type 2 diabetic medicine, or you can fix yourself.
Coconut, cold pressed coconut oil you speaking of. Hold on, let me clarify something real quick because you said something that was important. You said coconut cold press. You're talking about oil, right?
Right.
Cold press coconut oil. That's very lightly processed.
Right. That helped with rashes and everything else, but still is a temporary Band-Aid because whatever coming out of their pores is something they ate. So what are you feeding them?
What are you feeding them?
And then that's coming out the skin. That's why you got dry skin. That's why you got patchy skin. That's why they have congested heart issues. That's why they have flipping of the stomach. That's why they have ear infections. And that's why they smell. Because it's waste that's coming out of their pores because they eat stuff that's not alive.
Right.
And blood.
And then what does it do? It gets in there and it
rots. The dogs become adapted because that's why you have to feed them. You feed your dogs in cups. Again, who told you dogs eat cups? My dogs eat pounds of food.
Pounds. Come on now.
I don't understand where the cups thing came from. Four cups equal 1 pound.
Yesterday, I just dropped a big block. I called myself gonna make a nice video, right? I put up a big block, but it didn't go as planned. But I put out like about 60 pounds at one time, and I was feeding all of the dogs at once. But yeah, that's how I like to do it too, man. A big block of food, everybody take their turns, just like they eating on the carcass, the same way that they would in the wild. Everybody take a chance, the big dog or whoever eat first. You know what I'm saying? And then they go. Did everybody get a shot at the carcass, pulling off pieces? And one of my main things is that cow stomach, though, that tripe. That's our thing, man. That's the base ingredient of what we're doing. That's something that one of the secrets to my success that I've been having ever since I started with these dogs. And you can even go back to the facts of the matter and look at my channel. One of my first videos has got my first litter of puppies off the Iceberg, borbal cross that I made, the Baden cross, and you'll see them eating on a spleen, a beef spleen, a cow spleen, and that's attached to the tripe. But that's been the secret to my success, why my dogs look so good in the way. And it's soon, coming soon, we're going to be able to offer it to the public. We got it going through the processing and the packaging, and it's quite a bit of a detailed process. But for the first time, we're going to be able to offer it to the general public. It's going to be huge.
I'm listening to you, but I was like hard to hear them. They back here snoring and stuff. I'm like,
man, I love it though, big bro. I love it. The harmony that you have with your pack, the purposeful activity, the leadership, the way that you feed in the whole, all is checking off all of my boxes. That's important. You know, you saying you never have to take them to the vet. That's good. That's a sign that what you're doing is working. No dogs is failing. You're not having to have C-sections, right? Did you have to have a C-section?
I had to do none of that. All my dogs had puppies on their own. I ain't never. That's what I'm saying. I have never had nothing. My dog do exactly what she's supposed to do. She'll have the puppies, the ones that don't move. She'll eat them, or she'll supplicate them or whatever, and she kick them out. And she showed me the ones that don't live, and she had 18 puppies.
Wow, that's fertile.
Every time they have litters, they have 18 puppies.
Right, that's great. That's good. That's big. That's strong. That's healthy litters. That's what they're supposed to do. They mastiffs.
Right, but like I tell them, when they sit there, watch her jump up on the bed. Now she ain't gonna do it because I said something.
She maybe thought you wasn't saying don't get on that bed. And listen, you know, one of the issues that we facing in our breed is the fact that we're losing our fertility.
That's because you need new blood in it. And I told you, it's all in the blood. And when people sit there and they breed their dogs like that, that's what happens. When you sit there and you breed your dogs like I do and get a mixture of different colors, that's it. Y'all are trying to stick with one color, and that's not what the dog was meant to be. The dog was meant to be a bunch of different colors.
Bunch of different colors. Talk to them, Big Ben.
But y'all got y'all dogs all black, all brown, all this and that. I got variation. Why do I got tan pup? Why do I got not tan, but brindle tan puppies or farm puppies, what you want to call them, and they came from brindle parents.
It only makes sense, man. Why wouldn't it?
So if I take Copper and keep breeding up with the farm one, and just keep all the farm ones, now you know why your dogs are getting messed up, because now they're inbreeding them.
Right.
Because only certain ones come out with that, and then the ones they keep it.
Talk about they pure breeded, right? Talk about their pure breed.
All the other ones they're putting down and everything else, and you're supposed to have a mixture of colors.
Variety is the spice of life. So if
you want to breed your dogs and everything else, you sit there and you take one like this, then breed it with Copper. Now you got more than one female in your pack. Now you can sit there and have farm dogs if you want to, but it's a mixture that's gonna come out. The farm I got have no brindle in them. Copper's the only one brindle. I mean, Copper's farm. The mother was brindle. Now, what's going to happen when I take Thanos and Rose and Ivy? I mean, and Ivy, which is my dark ones. Can I bring that Black Master back? Can I resurrect the Black Master from the grave?
It's a possibility. I don't see why not. I mean, it makes sense to me because
I'm 2 years from doing it.
I think that it's a possibility. If they listen, all of the breed, they come in all other colors: white, black, brindle, beige, tan, red, every other color. Why wouldn't they come in black? They done intentionally like the black feelers. You know, it's a controversy with black feelers. You aware of that? You familiar?
Yeah.
You know that how they want to shout, they want to frown on a black feeler. They want to say that it's a new thing, that it's something that it didn't exist in the original breed standard or stuff, whatever. But they got every other color. Why wouldn't they have black? Why wouldn't they?
Just like, because I told you they did the buckets. That's what happened.
That's what happened. When he say the buckets, you know what for y'all boy buddies, that's a dog man way of saying removed from the gene pool.
Yeah.
Bucket of water. They take the black puppies and put them in a bucket of water. That's what happened to the black puppies, and that's why they say that they didn't exist. That's what they did. They removed them from the gene pool.
And now all you're doing is seeing them come back.
Exactly. And now what's happening? They hating on it again, trying to discredit the black dog, want to make it as if it's it doesn't somehow is not pure. When black dogs is coming up more pure than brown dogs that's been historically bred brown.
Because you wash them down.
Yeah, see that they don't. What I'm saying, my argument to that is they don't. None of it makes sense. It's all game. They all related, and then you don't have a test that identify true breed purity because you don't have enough specimens from the beginning to know what a pure dog was in the beginning. All you got is the dogs that evolved from the time that the testing became available,
right?
Which wasn't in the very beginning. But they
no dog is a purebred dog. No dog is. There's no such thing as a purebred dog. No such thing. People took the dogs that they needed for their environment and they put them together to make that dog. They did not sit there and make a purebred dog. They mixed the dogs up. So for people to sit there and say, I got a purebred, no, you don't. Purebreds don't go to the vet. Purebreds stay in their natural environment. Purebreds eat what they're supposed to eat. Purebreds ain't told what you're supposed to feed them. They already know what they're supposed to eat.
They remain untampered with.
And these are untampered. This is what you're supposed to get. When you get a puppy that's 8 months old and that's a female and she's 130 pounds, you're like, what in the world, 130 pounds at 8 months? How big she get? About 200. So I'm gonna have a lioness walking around the house. Yeah, that's the same size as a lioness. I want my dogs at 500 pounds, just like a lion. And with Thanos, and especially with Apollo, the guy fixing the scale so I can weigh him.
Hold on, Ben, stop. Wait a minute.
If Apollo is 150 pounds,
500 pound
if
dog.
Apollo is 150 pounds at 8 months, because at November 6th, he'll be 9 months. At 8 months, if he's 150 pounds at 8 months, how big you think you're going to get by 4 years? And when he stopped growing at 5? The dogs stop growing at 4 and 5 and then start spreading out wider. So how big you think that dog will get if he's already over 130 in his 8 months? At 6 months, he was 130 pounds. At 6 months, he was 130 pounds. So now it's 8 months. And I got to weigh him, and I haven't weighed him.
Man. So how much do you think he's going to top out?
Last year, dog was 1 year and 5 months. He was 7 feet long from nose to tail, and he was 220 pounds, and his name is Snuffy. 220 pounds, 7 feet long, 1 year and 5 months.
Man, stop, man.
I already told people I know the formula how to get dogs big. You telling me you got a big dog. Fiona's 170 pounds. So if anybody want to compare their Pressa or Bor or whatever, Fiona's 170 pounds. She's 10 and a half years old. That's the lightest one in my group. Unless you want to go to my puppies, that's 8 months old. Like I told you, at 6 months, the little bit is 105 pounds. That's the smallest puppy I got. The biggest puppy I got, he got to be close to 150 right now at 8 months.
We need to put it together then. We need to put together a big dog, a showdown again.
I would invite whoever want to get into it. Whoever want to think their dog's big and everything else, bring them together. You can feed your dogs whatever kibble, whatever crap you want to feed them. I still put my dog up against your dog.
And that's how I say it all day.
Because we got agility. Can your dog jump 4 feet in the air without running? Thanos can when he feel like it. Without running, that platform in the back is 4 feet. He'll sit down and just jump straight up and get on it.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Come on with it. Let's go. Come on with it.
That's what I said there. Told people like, your dogs don't listen. They're there. No, they listen to me. But when you got a pack of them, no, they ain't listening because they doing their own thing. You think they follow the same line? Have you ever seen them walk in the same single file line all the way down? No, unless they're a trail of wolves. All of them, they spread out. Their job is to walk right behind me. Their job is to spread out and cover much distance as they can.
And see, one thing that I noticed too, when the dogs bunch up together, what tends to happen is they still have these ongoing hierarchy battles where it's like they trying to establish sometimes, because I feel like rank sometimes does shift. As some dogs get older, they get weaker, and some dogs get stronger as they grow.
No,
no, that's not how it works in yours.
Fiona's 10.5 years old. Females run the pack.
Right.
If you got all males, then that's something different. You got that one male, but females run the pack of dogs. Females do.
Right.
And Fiona.
So let me give you an example of what I'm saying. I got an older female right now, the senior. She like 4 years old. And I got a young bitch coming up from behind, young, 1 year old. And this bitch is powered out, man. She got a ton of strength, spunk, and spirit. And I mean, keeping them separated because I can now she respects the older dog as of now. But I feel like eventually I won't feed them together. Eventually it will be a conflict.
Right, because
you know what I'm saying?
because they're separated. I told you, when I feed my dogs, I feed all my dogs together. Ain't no separation. And when they get out of line, Fiona checks them. They have the puppies to go over. Fiona be eating them puppies to go over there, start bouncing up and down and growling and shit, and then she'll growl at them. And then she'll growl at them again. Bora Breeder.
That's me.
That's the channel, because somebody just texted me in and asked me, am I on now?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here though. Hold on.
Oh no, take care of your business.
Yeah, I go. I'm over here now. But yeah, big bro. What was we saying?
No, I was sitting there, oh shit, I forgot what I was sitting there talking about. I went and got a brain fart. Cause the guy just texted me and asked me was I on, and I was trying to tell him what channel to text to and everything else while I was sitting there talking to you on the phone. But no, this is like I said, this is the way that they're supposed to eat, and this is the way they're supposed to be. When you sit there and look at the dogs, this is what I tell people. This is how they're supposed to be as a pack. This is how they don't get their nails cut. They don't get none of their other stuff cut. Only thing they sit there and do is chew their nails and run it off in the ground. That's what they do.
Right. Oh, she said we was talking about, thank you, Bianca. They said we was talking about hierarchy in the pack. You still there, big bro?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm trying to text him so he can get on here.
Oh yeah, who that?
He's in Texas. He got a couple of dogs, and he wants to get on too and listen and everything else because he takes the same notes. The hierarchy. So this is how it goes in my pack. Let me show you. Can I flip this camera around?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Where is Fiona? Fiona. That's Fiona. Copper. That's Copper. He runs the males. She runs all these dogs in here. All of these dogs that you see on the couches are puppies. That's a puppy. 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 Grimoire. Grimoire. That's the mother. Thanos. That's the 265-pound Thanos right here. That's how it goes. She runs it. Copper run the males, but she runs all of it.
And now that's the mama.
The mamas are here. That's the mama. That's her mom. That Fiona is her mama. And Fiona is his mama, and his mama. Copper is these puppies' daddy. That's why you got the tan, because it came from him. All my males are intact.
How often do they get into it?
Never. I ain't never had a fight in 10 years, 10.5 years.
Wow. So, man, listen. I
ain't never had a fight because I don't separate my dogs. My dogs are pack animals. And I'm a pack. I'm part of the pack. Boundaries, respect, before love. People get their dogs love and their dogs doing all kind of craziness. My dogs don't. And just like for people out there, let me see if I can get that camera up. Just like for the people out there, you think my dog's sleeping? What's that?
They ready. Talk a little bit about how
get on the bed, go to sleep. I'm sorry.
You just said love. They put love before. They put love before.
Yeah, it's
talk about how often do you like just get over there and jump in the bed with the dogs and just hang, let go to hug.
I'm in their apartment. So I'm training the puppies to go in and out the house. That's the only reason I be down here a whole lot, because I gotta leave that back door open. I just can't let the puppies be outside by themselves and the dogs in here sleeping and then a coyote or something grab one of them, because they all spread out, because they be all over the yard. I don't have a fence up or nothing else. They be all over the acres and everything else. So, I mean, I'm taking my chances, but I do leave the door open when I'm down here. So if I'm not on here with you guys, I got the door open and I'm sitting out here watching TV, and the dog's going in and out. I nod up for a little bit, and then I go in the house, shower up, and then go start my day at 3:30 in the morning. My day start always at 3:30 in the morning, and then I normally don't go to sleep till about 12 or 1. I don't sleep a lot. I'll be up a majority of the time.
Me, I used to be up a lot. Let me ask you this. You got a bunch of dogs there, right? For all the people that's got multiple dogs, and then listen, y'all, if y'all got questions, y'all can leave them. For all the people that are managing multiple dogs, how are you able to keep it where every single second, every 5 seconds, everybody is not coming, putting their face on you for you to pet them, coming by you, coming, demanding your attention? How do you manage 11 dogs?
I told you, I show boundaries and respect. Dogs in a while, you don't, for what? What's the purpose of it? I got other shit to do besides pat your ass and everything. So unless you're gonna sit there and help me sweep the floor, wash the clothes, go to the grocery store, or do any of this stuff, look, sit your ass down and lay down.
Right. Yeah, you'll be all right. Right. Yeah, get back. And see, it's the natural way. That's the natural way, because guess what? If you look at the dogs in the wild, that's not how they do it. They're not doing all of that verbal communication. Yeah, they don't do a bunch of barking and stuff. They're not talking to each other. That's not how dogs socialize. That's not how they communicate.
We've been on here and everything else. I've been showing them the whole time we've been on here. I open the door. I told you, I do stuff that people won't dare do. Open the door. They went in and out of the house. I called them in. They laid down. I yelled, screamed, and the dogs got up and down. This is how it is. People just don't believe it. They think this ain't no tricks and cameras. These dogs in here.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I got a question for you. I got two females that can't stand each other. What are your thoughts? Let me throw it up on there.
It's the two females that can't stand each other. It's because your energy is off with one of them in the house. It's the energy and vibration. And like I tell people, it's either the fact that you're showing favoritism to another one, or they're locked up in cages and it never was meant. They never got to meet each other because, as you see again, they're all in here.
Right.
I have two females that can't stand each other. I mean that, but how do you know they can't stand each other? What energy are you projecting? I don't need to be in this room for these dogs to act like this. I don't need to be in here for them to act like this. I'm trying to think of something. Oh yeah, I got the clothes that's in the washing machine. In the washing machine, on top of the washing machine, I folded up and everything else. I got to switch shoes because I had the boots on because I'm going into the house and I don't want to track the house up because I'm up. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna show you that I don't need to be in here, and you'll see what the dogs do when I'm not in here. I'm gonna go in the house and everything else. Probably when they hear the door open, they're gonna raise their heads up, but you'll see what they're doing here. But no, the reason that dogs are like that is because the energy's off, and the energy's off because either he arguing, bickering in the house with somebody he's with, and he has no leadership. He's not the pack leader. If you're the pack leader and you're training your dogs correctly, you ain't gotta be around your dog. Your dog should automatically fall in line. If I'm not in here, Fiona takes over. If Fiona ain't here, Copper gonna take over. Whatever Coppers do, the puppy's gonna do because they're gonna react to him. So that's how it is. It's pack orientated. Dogs aren't social animals. Dogs are pack animals, and people try to make dogs social animals. And if you're drinking alcohol and everything else around your animals, that affects your animals too because they pick up on your vibrations.
Right. Your intent. They and I say that a lot. How much of that has occurred with your pack that they are picking up your tendencies, they pick up your behaviors. Do you feel like that's a true statement?
Yeah, it's a true statement because it's what you sit there and do. And everything else, like I said, you can see all the dogs in here. You got a good view. You got the one on the end. Let's see. Yeah, you got her. You got all of them up there. You got here. I gotta go in the house for 1 second. This is how I train my dog. So when I'm not here, I will cut the light out, and then the dogs will be here. If I cut the light out, you can't see nothing. But there you go.
Yeah, you say you got to go in for a second.
Yeah, I'm going to get that clothes. I washed their sheets and stuff, so I'm gonna go in the house and everything else, and then you'll see what I mean by train.
Okay, we wait.
Yeah, I mean they can sit there. Let me see if people dogs do this. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the floor. So yeah.
Watch them, y'all. Look at them. Look at all their heads. Now they counting the footsteps. Right? You see they all relaxed around the same time. Look at them. This is socializing, experiencing things together. This is what life is all about. Word buddies, is you with me? This is what it's all about. Just spending time, memories, and moments. At the end of the day, that's all we really have. And that's what it really boils down to, boy buddies. When you got dogs, you got somebody that's there for you at all times. You got somebody that's never going to leave your side, that's always got your back 100,000%. And see, people miss out on that.
See, they can't go before the close out. I ain't trained them to do that
yet. Hey, but please believe they would if they could. Please believe they would if they could. Thank you for the question, Florida Dad. But yeah. Look at it, y'all. This is what we're talking about. Like the benefits of this. Big bruh, I want to ask you, man, commanding the dogs like that, and when they doing what you say doing it, how does it feel, man?
It feels good because my hard work don't go into vain, and I sit there and explain to people it's all about energy and vibration. You keep the energy good, you're good. If you don't, you can't never get nothing done.
Right. And I like how it's just nice, calm, peaceful, right? anything have to happen. But if anything does happen, we ready to get to it.
Right, as I said, the only one got off the bed was Lily, that tam one. When I left out of here, that little tam one got off. And then to get off, I told you, two little knuckleheads right there. Cause like, did he go outside? No, he went into the house. Shit. He ain't leave go. Cause like I said, it's dark here. They'll be outside right now. Pitch black dark.
Yeah, I think this was going on, y'all. For the first time, for the first time, we got a real example of a pack. I haven't seen 11 dogs in harmony like this. This is almost like something. It's a prehistoric feat. This is something
and
like
I,
a
getting
real
them riled
true
up. And I got them riled up, and they still went back to sleep.
I mean, the way that they're so calm, though. Look at the calmness, right? I mean, look at how everybody is just chilling. I think that is something that we should all take note of, because those dogs is all over to 100 pounds each, 150 pounds a piece. But look at it, they ready. They ready. Don't think. Now, did you train? Are they trained in to bite sleeves and stuff like that?
That's Fiona right there. That's the 10.5-year-old right there. Fiona, what's that?
Everything, I like how everything that they do is as a unit.
Up here, girl. What's that, girl? What's that? That's the 10.5-year-old right here. That's the mama. I told you. Nothing starts without the mama. This symbol right here. Good boy. My 7-year-old. My 7-year-old smaller than my 4-year-old. Copper. Come here, Thanos. Show them how much bigger you are this symbol. Come here, Thanos. Come here, Thanos. This is Thanos, my 4-year-old. I told people, this is my 4-year-old bigger than my 7-year-old. That's the whole point of sitting there getting them dogs off of them chemicals. Because they get bigger and bigger each year. Each generation, they get bigger and bigger. This is a 4-year-old, and this is a 7-year-old. Big difference. Height and everything.
Right. Right.
All right, on the bed.
And I think that's rare for you to see that in 2024, because it's rare that all the dogs' needs are being met consistently, where they're not receiving this high, intense anxiety, stressed out situation. Get right up on there. Those is English Mastiff Fila presser.
Yeah,
three-way crosses, right?
The Country Mountain Mastiff.
The Country Mountain Mastiff pure.
They got Fila, they got Presser Fila and English Mastiff, plus all the dogs that made up the Presser, plus all the dogs that made up the Fila, plus all the dogs that made up the Mastiff. They got a bunch of dogs in there.
Right. Right, and I think the same thing could be said.
Different dogs in them, probably about 10 to 15 different dogs in them to make up this breed of dog.
And it looked just like a Borbal, and the Borbal is comprised of 14 different breeds. So I think what we arrive at is a distinct variety of a dog that carries a certain look, and those dogs that look that way have those traits and features that go along with it.
If I sit there and snip the ears and cut the ears back and everything else, they would look like one. Yeah.
Exactly. Same thing with a Borbal. It's going to look like a Presser or a Cane Corso if you cut the ears. Same thing. And I feel like because across the world, these dogs are all ancient relatives.
Right, but we don't know of what, though, because they didn't tell us. They only gave you the name of the dog. You don't know where that dog came from. I got a Presser. Okay. You got a Presser, purebred Presser. How? What's the dog make up the Presser? It's purebred. It ain't purebred. Ain't no such thing as a purebred Presser. Ain't no such thing as purebred Borbor. What dogs made these dogs up?
The dog, right?
Not the hyena, the wild dog and the master made a Borbor up.
So that's what I say all the time, because how How could it be pure bull mastiff if a bull mastiff is a cross between an English mastiff and a bulldog? How could any dog be pure if it came from two dogs that was originally crossed?
And a bulldog and a terrier is a pit bull.
So how could it be a pure pit bull when you got all of these different?
It's not, because the bulldog is comprised of other dogs, and the terrier is too.
So what we have, ladies and gentlemen, eventually what you will come to realize if you continue to watch, the truth be revealed is an evolution of dog breeds. That's what is going on. You maintain it. You have to be able to explain your dog virtues and values. You have to be able to define what it is that you are aiming to produce. If that's when you become a breeder, when you have 2-3 generations of dogs that is came from your line, your strain, and then you begin to develop what is known as a type or a style of dog, like Big Ben says, the Country Mountain Mastiff. And this is what those dogs are. You say you 7-8 generations. How many generations in?
7 generations in.
7 generations in. So you know with reliability that these dogs is going to be a certain style, a look, a way. And that's where the breeder comes in, a true breeder. Not somebody that's putting together puppy trying to put together a business. Not somebody that's trying to just make some money. This is a line, an evolution of a breed, an evolution of a line, an evolution of a style is designed to fit in to a certain lifestyle. Right
and
or wrong,
also,
baby.
my dogs are 4-H. Some dogs work at not kindergarten, but Head Start or daycare. My fault, not Head Start, but daycare. Some of them work on farms. It's up to you as the individual. These are big dogs. These aren't your average dog. And so I told people, you want a small dog? Go get one from somebody's backyard. These dogs run fields. These dogs got exercise to do. I can't. That's why I tell people, you got to come here and meet me. I can't just sell you a puppy and everything. I need to know what kind of person you are, because I need you as a reference next year. None of my dogs die off and do this, that, and that. They don't get sick. Why? Fiona ain't sick. Fiona just jumped on the bed. For most dogs that 10.5 years old and 170 pounds, they can't jump because their hips are messed up. Fiona, come here. Fiona. Come here, Fiona. Yeah, you slid off the bed. All right. Good girl. Back on the bed. Up there. Fiona, back on the bed.
Well, big bro, listen, man. I want to get you back on here. I want to get your thoughts, pick your brain on some more stuff, and share some more insight, and continue to grow with you, man. Help you bounce back from what you done lost, recover.
Oh no, it ain't nothing. None of this is a loss. Everything is a gain, because it just let me know that the format that I was using wasn't really. It was good, but it needed to be worked on and everything. I can't pay attention to people that can't prove proof. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody no more. I was trying to prove stuff to people. I have nothing to prove to nobody. My results speak for me.
Exactly. Let the results talk.
Say whatever you want.
Let the dogs talk.
Nothing about no shots. I ain't got to sit there and do nothing. This is what I feed my dog. Oh, it's deer. Yep, that's what I feed my dog. That's it. I ain't got to say nothing about nothing else. That's it. I learned my lesson. People don't care. So when you don't care and want your animals to be 100% healthy, there's no need for me to sit there and argue and debate about it. And that's just it. I'm here to teach the people that want to learn. The ones that don't want to learn, then that's you. I expect people to get about 17, 18 years with my dogs. Right now, I don't know with Fiona. Fiona's 10.5 years old. Ain't nothing wrong with her. She's running around, jumping, playing around. So if she can push it to 12 or 15, there you go. Wow. And I know the other ones are younger than her, and they're more. They better health than her, because Grimoire is 4th generation. Grimoire is the 1st generation puppy. When I first started with the Copper and Simba is when I first started. Grimoire is 4 generations in. These are the 7th generation puppies right here, and they're all bigger than my previous litters. All bigger.
So the very first dog was Fiona.
The very first dog was Fiona, and then Copper and Simba.
Wow.
And Leo is the English Mastiff, and he's at my friend Pete's house. See, and Leo is 9.5 years old, so everybody is still living. Grandma, granddaughter, grandchild. They have 3 generations of, actually 7 generations of puppies still living. 7 generations of puppies are still living.
Wow.
7 generations. That's what I'm saying. That's 7 generations. Copper is the first litter. And
Take
from
notes.
there all the way to here, all of my puppies are still living.
Take notes, board buddies, big dog lovers, because I really believe behind closed doors, a lot of what we being led to believe is this is not 100% true.
And ain't none of it true.
It ain't true. I don't believe.
You
I
tell
believe
me
they're
why,
confusing us.
if you think it's true, why are my dogs looking like this? When they're telling you do all this other stuff and 1 out of 2 dogs got cancer, I got 11 of them in here and none of them got cancer. I didn't had over 50 some puppies. Ain't none of my puppies had cancer. Not one of my dogs had cancer, heart issues, or anything.
Wow.
None
That is
of them.
really amazing, big
Ever
brother,
since
because I
I've
done
been breeding
had
my
dogs.
puppies and everything.
I done had dogs had that.
Only thing one of my puppies ever had was one of them cherry eyes. And that was it. That was it. Out of all the puppies I have ever sold or had, have none of them had any diseases.
Yeah, I got a dog with cherry eye. Yep, just picked up a dog with cherry eye.
Right, but I'm saying
And
she
it's
wouldn't have
simple
had an
fix.
operation and had it removed.
It's
But
easy.
that was the only time she had to go to the vet. Other than that, I ain't have no puppies that sat there and just had anything wrong with them. All my dogs were healthy.
Yeah.
When I give you the puppy and everything, this puppy right here in front of me go to your house and she's 8 months old and 130 pounds. All you gotta do is follow the protocol. People don't know how to follow directions.
Right. 100. Take your time. Take your time. Do your research. Find out who's doing it and showing it and proving it. Do your homework because the proof is in the dogs. It's all in the dogs. You can look at the dogs. You can see. It's like an experiment. Remember, we have a hypothesis when we begin. We have an expectation. The results. Big Ben is doing it the right way. He's tracking his results. He's able to say for certain he has this many specimens or whatever living that haven't passed away. That's notable. Maybe this brother could be on to something serious.
I'm on the internet. I'm saying it. If I was lying, but the people who got my dogs to come on here and say something.
That's what I be saying. Right. That's what I be saying to all the critics. Where's these bad dogs at? Where's all these bad dogs at? Where's all of these dogs? What's going on? Right. Why aren't they saying that? Why aren't they coming out in the groves? All the dogs that I've produced over these years. And everybody that gets them, they love them. Because I done invested increments into them every single day. Daily deposits with my dogs. We be together with my puppy, with my babies. And I spend time sitting there observing them. They got names. Before we get deep off into it, that I done already, I can identify personality traits before they done left. And when you're doing it that way, you're going to have great success when the dogs live in a natural way. You don't have all of this growling and erratic behavior, man. I think that, bro, I don't think that my pack is ready to even come see yours at all because mine, I mean, it looked like that. I love the way that your pack is very well coordinated, and I still got they're somewhat hostile around mine. My dogs is a little hostile and they're a little bit.
Right, but like I said, it's like the puppy that's in front of me. This is a puppy. This is a female puppy. And I mean, look, down, Lily. Down, Lily. Down, Lily. Down, Lily. Look, stop moonwalking and get down. Thank you. That's Lily. Like I said there and told people and everything else, it is what you feed your animals and it's your energy and vibration. Your energy and vibration is off because the dogs are separated. The dogs never knew how to be together in the beginning because they never were put together. If you'd put the dogs together in the beginning, then you would have did it. But you are worried about them fighting and everything else, and that is something to worry about, especially if they never got into it already. Because Fiona growls at them, then she'll roll them. She will roll them.
Yeah, yeah. See, and that's the only thing. I have dogs coming and going, and they in a constant rotation, and then sometimes the dogs don't grow up together. Right? They be like members from other households. They come back where they might have started out together and then they left and then they came back. And now we got a situation because one dog is trying to establish who is
Right.
the stronger dog. So that's what I have a lot of going on within my pack. But I still make time to make sure that they get close enough and they have some close associations. Just the only thing that I cannot do, because I mean, it's part of who they are. With them feeding and eating as less as they do, so they like hungry wolves at some point. But you can't feed certain dogs together. I cannot feed certain dogs together. Now, I could be together, and I probably could do it, but it's risky. It's not without
Right,
risk.
but that's what I'm saying. I sit there and I pour all the food in one spot. I'm gonna do it tomorrow on YouTube. I think I'm gonna go live. It's gonna be early in the morning because I need to feed them early. I think about 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, I'm gonna feed them, and that's how I feed them. I pour it all out, and they all eat at one time. I don't get in the middle of it. I just watch them all eat.
Right. Yeah. See, I gotta kind of hover over them, and I gotta make sure
Oh
that
no, I go in
nobody.
the house, I walk around, I do whatever because they figure it out.
Right. Yep. And that's the way that it should be, big brother. Listen, well, we gonna look forward to tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Big brother is gonna be on he said at 8 tomorrow.
8 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock on
Because
your
I
YouTube,
don't
or where you gonna be? Where can we find you at?
I hold up and say not say 8 o'clock. I say 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. YouTube on being white Country Mountain Mastiffs, and I'm gonna do a raw feeding, and I'm gonna show them exactly how I feed my dogs. I make them sit, and then once they sit and everything else, I let them eat. I don't sit there and tell them. I mean, I tell them to get back, and I really don't really mean it because I mean, it's ready to eat, and ain't no time to play with the food. So I just tell them like, let's go.
All right. Well, yeah. And listen, y'all can check him out. Y'all can see being white at what's the name of your channel? Let them know the name of your channel, where to find you at.
TikTok is Ben White Country Mountain CMM, which is Country Mountain Master. YouTube is Ben White Country Mountain Master, all just the whole name. But YouTube, Instagram, not Instagram, but TikTok is Ben White CMM.
Okay. All right, big brother. Well, I ain't gonna hold you no longer, man. I appreciate you. I gotta get you back, man, and get your ideas, and then we can look at some dogs and stuff. You tell me what you like about them, and then maybe we can critique some breeds and stuff.
Oh, definitely. Anytime.
And think about the virtues. But I really appreciate your time, man. And boy, buddies, I hope that y'all enjoyed being white. We're gonna be working together, and in the future, coming together, doing some stuff. And so the ideas is going on. We got some great ideas together, and we think alike on a lot of things. So if you want to get some tips, you could pick up just based off of observation. You can pick up some great tips and tricks. So
I mean, just before we go on, 8 months. No ear. Look how clean her ears is. Look at her teeth. I mean, that's it. This is her skin. No bath. No, you don't see nothing floating on her. You don't see no dirt or nothing. Look at her eyes. I mean, that's like I told you. When I sit there and I tell people I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sleep.
Hey, and the proof is in the pudding. Look at the dogs. Look at the coat. Look at the body condition. Look at the muscle tone. Look at the muscle to fat ratio. Look at all of these. These are the evidence and the indicators that you want to see. Look at the harmony. The dogs are not jumping up. Har har har. They're not doing a whole bunch of barking. They're chilling. They're socializing. They're not hovering around each other. One trying to put his hand on top of the other one. They not petting each other. They not licking each other. They being dogs. They're given the opportunity to be dogs. They're not being mistreated. They're being treated like dogs. And that's the way that it's supposed to be, boy buddies. That's the way that it's supposed to be, big dog lover. That's all we advocating for. Responsible dog ownership. We looking out for the dog, and we looking out for you.
Got that right.
You know what? You're gonna have a much better. You're gonna feel much better about yourself when you take charge of a pack. It ain't nothing like getting out there. If that's what you desire to do, we trying to empower you. That's all. If that's what you desire to do, if you want to get out there with your dogs and have a bunch of dogs, y'all stay tuned because this is how you can get it done. Peace, y'all.
No rush, go on, move dumb. Back and forth, push and shove. Make your peace and love turn to peace and gloves.